In the early 1990s, you might have booked a hotel, a wedding, a corporate function in a 4-star Victorian hotel just behind me. Where's it gone? First, let's start at the beginning. What would become of the hotel started its life as Wheatcroft Cliff, constructed by the wealthy businessman George Alderson Smith in 1879. The Victorians of the time, in developing Scarborough as a seaside resort, chose to dismiss warnings of potential danger, choosing to develop lavish houses and gardens on sections of potentially unstable cliff. Alderson Smith continued to live there for the remainder of his life, dying in 1931 at the age of 96. After his death, the building was acquired by the Lawton family, local hotel proprietors. They had the intention of converting the elegant estate into a first-class hotel. They preserved the original building, only adding a new wing to accommodate the hotel services. They renamed it to the name it is now remembered as, the Holbeck Hall Hotel, though through the years the ownership would change, until falling into the ill-fated hands of Barry and Joanne Turner, who added it to their portfolio of English Rose hotels. It was all going so well for the hotel, until in late April and early May 1993, guests started to notice cracks in the 70 metres of garden between the hotel and cliff edge. As a precaution, the cracks in the tarmac path leading down the cliff were filled, but the cracks reappeared shortly after, leading to the council to close off the paths below the hotel. 6 weeks later, an early rising guest woke up on the morning of June the 4th to witness one of the most shocking sights imaginable. 50 metres of the 70-metre garden had disappeared, moving the cliff edge precariously close to the hotel building itself. The hotel was quickly evacuated, and prized furniture and antiques were removed. The hotel continued to collapse down the cliff in the next 2 days. This attracted much media attention, with news crews reporting from the scene, including the famous live news report in which part of the wing and chimney of the hotel tumbled down the cliff.
And you, Richard. Hello from the cliff top in Scarborough. I'm speaking to you live. Well, I don't know if you probably saw that.
The hotel's fate was sealed, and in the weeks after would be completely demolished. It wasn't simply coastal erosion that caused this. The cliff here was composed of 2 layers, the upper layer being a glacial till, which is soft, sandy, silty clay, resting on a harder Jurassic period sandstone. In the 2 months before the landslide, there was a high amount of rainfall with inadequate drainage, which led to pressure building between the soft upper layer and the more solid lower layer. This led to the upper, softer layer absorbing too much of the rainfall and becoming unstable and degrading into a muddy debris flow, eventually sliding down. I'm about 3/4 of the way down the landslide. You can see how it carved out an ice cream scoop. There is now a path down and benches towards the bottom of the landslide. You can just about see the cliff there where the hotel actually fell off. And this is where the mud and debris flowed down. I'm now at the bottom of the landslide. You can see how it's been landscaped here. You get amazing views out there. And you wouldn't know the history, and you wouldn't know what happened here. And you wouldn't really know that a luxurious, elegant hotel once stood here. And now the rather steep way back up. More recently, there has been significant worry that something else could occur in the surrounding area. In 2018, large cracks appeared in the paths behind me here, behind the Spa complex, just up the cliffside from where the Holbeck slip occurred. Later that year, work started on stabilising the side of the cliff, with Balfour Beatty being awarded a contract worth over $13 million. The rather tongue-twisting Scarborough Spa South Cliff Slope stabilisation involved putting 4,500 metal nails into the soil, covered in erosion matting and steel mesh, along with proper drainage to prevent another landslide, and more historic buildings sharing the same fate as the Holbeck Hall Hotel. Thanks for watching, and I'm just going to add a cliche like, subscribe, and what's the other one? Share. I'll be creating more videos like this hopefully, and yeah, I hope you enjoy watching. Thank you.